Okay, once again, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Thursday, September 23rd. We're going to be going over today's news headlines. No Southeastern preview this week. Southeastern is off this week. They will take on McNeese next week. So also Friday, we'll have the high school football show once again. That will be from 7 to 10. We'll have in-game updates from 106.1 Nash FM, and also we'll have in-game updates with WWL and their shows. We'll be going live to their feeds and giving you in-game updates, and also I'll be giving you the high school school board throughout the night, and also the other games going on in the world of sports. So once again, thanks for joining us. If you want to come in, video chat with us, you can video chat with us through the StreamYard links. Please, once again, please make sure your mics are working and also your cameras are working, so we won't have any of these issues. So we're going to go ahead and send those links out to you via YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, you're going to get those links, and you'll better have an opportunity to come in and speak in your mind about anything in the world of sports. So we're going to begin in just a second. So let me send this out to the folks on Facebook. We'll get that to you just a second. I know y'all can't. We have to go through our website, so we have to send it to y'all. So once again, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter has the StreamYard link. You can come on, put your name, make sure your name once again, so we'll know who you are, and we'll put you into the studio. Or if you rather go regular chat, you can go into the chat room. We are monitoring the chat rooms to make sure everybody gets their opinions out in a safe, efficient manner. So let's go ahead and go over some news headlines. Let's begin this morning. So I'm going to go over to the ESPN sites, and we'll see what's happening. Okay, on ESPN. Okay, let's put this up on the screen. Okay, New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick never evolved as Tom Brady aged. Trainer Alex Guerrero says that's what they're saying in this article. This is from Mike Reese. He covers the New England Patriots. Tom Brady's personal trainer, Alex Guerrero, says Bill Belichick says in how he treated the star quarterback in a factor. So that's in his 20th seasons with the New England Patriots. So I'll be honest with you. Look, this is kind of a double-edged sword with what they're saying in this article about Tom Brady and stuff like that. Look, Tom Brady, I'll be honest with you, is not, and I mean it's not aging. Look, he's going to age. He's 44 years old, but the truth of the matter is he's just absolutely getting better. He's playing like he's 20 years old, to be honest with you. So I look at it this way. Look, is he aging? Yes. Is his playing ability stagnated? Absolutely not. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. We are live today. If you want to comment about Tom Brady, you can do that. So let's switch it out. And I will go over what's happening. Okay, Buffalo Sabres center Jack Essiel fails the physical, stripped of his capacity. So that's what they're talking about. So he had a surgery option. This was what he did, fail his physical. So hopefully he'll have to once again go through the same regiments and stuff like that. if he's going to get back playing hockey and stuff like that. So I say this: look, you fail your physical. I mean, you have to go through it all over again. If you want to play for that team, they want you to have a physical. If you fail it once, if you fail it twice, they might not let you back. Simple as that. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. We'll see what else we have. Okay, Warriors, Andrew Wiggins remain unvaccinated. Sources says jeopardizing his availability. Look, Andrew Wiggins, look, he needs to stop being so goddamn selfish and get the vaccination because you won't be playing. I mean, get it through your head, Andrew Wiggins. You got to understand. Look, these teams want you to have those vaccinations. It's required. I mean, stop being so selfish and get the vaccination. Instead of you whining and moaning and saying, oh, I don't want to get the vaccination. They might put a chip in me. Bull crap. So I'll be honest with you. These are guidelines right here. These are the guidelines they're talking about. On-the-go text during game day. You have to do that. That's required by the NBA. So I say, Andrew Wiggins, stop being a little whiny baby and get the vaccination. You're a highest paid player, man. Man, act like it. Don't sit there and continue to be a selfish moron. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. See what else we have. Okay, Pittsburgh Penguins. Eventual Maskin is out for the season. At least for the first 2 months of the 2021 season. So it looks like he's not going to be playing for the first couple of weeks of the new NHL season. He had a knee surgery. So it looks like he is going to be on the shelf for Mackel had 424 goals. He also had 680 assists and also 940 career games with Pittsburgh. So that he's going to be missed in the lineup for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, let's see what else we have. Looks like I kind of run some more articles. Okay, this is the same articles we looked at the other day, so we're not going to go through those articles. So let's see. Okay, college football week 4. Arkansas and Texas A&M in the Southwest Classic. Notre Dame, Wisconsin, and more. So we are going to go through college football this week. It's going to be big weeks for SEC teams because they're going into their conference schedule. Texas A&M and Arkansas will meet Saturday for the 7-7 time, dating back since 1903. The former Southwest Conference opponents in their respective matchups. So that's going to be a pretty good matchup going into this weekend's games. Also, the big games this weekend. Notre Dame will take on Wisconsin. Clemson will take on North Carolina State. Michigan will take on Rutgers. Southern Miss will take on Alabama. That'll be at 6:30 on SEC Network. Also, Ohio State will take on Akron. So that's going to be games this weekend. Also, West Virginia will take on Oklahoma. They'll be at 7:30. They'll be on the ABC ESPN app. this weekend, Oklahoma, West Virginia. Also, Arizona and Oregon. That'll be at 10:30 at night. That's going to be pretty good matchup, 9:30 Central. So this is from, we're going to pass this up. And we're going to, once again, so week 4 college football coming up this week. Also, Tulane will take on UAB here in town. Also, LSU will take on Mississippi State in Starkville. Okay, let's see what else we have. So if you got any questions, comments, you can post them in the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter in the comment section in StreamYard, so we'll be able to see them. Or if you want to come on video chat, give us your takes from the video chats. You can do that with the StreamYard links. Jameis Winston vows he and the Saints will be resilient and after the up and down start. Yeah, I think hopefully that'll happen because last week's game between the Panthers and Saints, I'll be honest with you, it was a complete stinker last week. It was not a good game last week. It was just absolutely a stinker of a game. So, look, I hope he does bounce back. I mean, look, this young man, look, he's got a long games ahead of him. I mean, he's going to get better. He's definitely going to get better. I mean, a lot of people might criticize him on social media, just through the wazoos and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, Jameis Winston will get better. I mean, I got a lot of confidence in that young man. I mean, if he throws an interception, he did last time. But the truth of the matter is, he's going to pick himself back up and be resourceful. That's what he wants. So, once again, this is from ESPN. Mike Triplett is the writer. Okay, this is from Paul Feinbaum. Would Penn State finish if they were in the SEC? Let's go ahead and hear what Paul Feinbaum had to say about that. So I'm going to go ahead and play that video for you.
I would have Penn State finishing 4th in the SEC West. And that would say, well, hang on a second, what? They're number 16 in the country. Understandably so. And on a neutral site, I would pick Alabama ahead of them. I would pick, at this point, Ole Miss ahead of them. And then I think it would be a toss-up between A&M and Penn State.
So, Paul, what was your reaction when he said that?
Well, I was a little surprised, but he went on and added that he thought they would be 3rd in the SEC East.
Well, let me put my 2 cents in. Look, Penn State, I think they're going to be a legitimate football team to go on. I think they're definitely going to be legitimate this year. I mean, if they could get better and get into the playoffs and prove to everybody that Penn State belongs. Look, I'm not a Penn State homer. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to tell you, look, Penn State might give these SEC teams and the ACC team an absolute fit. So that's one thing. Don't take anything, what I say, for granted and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, look, we need to get these different teams in the college football playoff. Tired of seeing Alabama in there. Tired of seeing Ohio State in there. Tired of seeing teams that don't deserve to be there. That's been there and just ragging up the air. I'm going to scroll this back.
There's a difference between where you rank in the SEC and whether or not you can get to the playoffs. And in the Big Ten is not the SEC, not exactly breaking news. So I think they have a decent path. Ohio State is a troubled team right now. We're still waiting to learn more about Michigan and Michigan State and Iowa, but they certainly have a path to get to the Big Ten championship game right now.
That's fair. Desmond, I'm interested as a Big Ten alum. I'm interested in your perspective. Greg McElroy says Penn State would be a middle-of-the-pack team in the SEC. What do you say?
Well, Greg is a very intelligent young man with a high football IQ, but sometimes, every now and then, Greg gives you one of those head scratchers. You're like, what's the logic? It doesn't even have you seen these guys play? I don't.
I mean, look, Greg McElroy, look, sure, I understand he knows what he's talking about, but the truth of the matter is, look, has he seen these teams before? Look, Penn State, look, just like Cincinnati should have been in the playoffs last year. Texas A&M should have been in there. That's why, like I said, that's why they want to expand the college football playoff. Because, look, you could get teams that are deserving to come in into the fold. I mean, like I said, you see your Alabamas year after year. You see your Clemsons. You see your Ohio States. I mean, look, you don't want to see those teams year after year, the same old year after year. I mean, so I agree with what they're saying on here. So once again, this from ESPN. You can go to ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. So we will move along. I'll stop sharing the screen, and we'll share Crescent City Sports. So we'll go over to the local sports scene. That will be Crescent City Sports. I'm going to switch that over. Give me 1 second to go over to Crescent City Sports. Okay, Crescent City Sports is your source for New Orleans sports here in the metropolitan area with LSU, Tulane football seasons in full effect. Crescent City Sports is your go-to website for from different analysis for Ken Trahan to Renee Nato and all the guys over at Crescent City Sports. Also, we have the let's go ahead and the select championship games will be played in Yeoman Stadium and also Cajun Field in Lafayette. The LHSAA approved the 4 sites for the Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3, the select championships. So the Division 1, Division 2 will be playing at Yeoman Stadium. That will be December 3rd through 4th. Also, the Division 4 will be playing at Cajun Field in Lafayette. That'll be December 10th through 11th. So that's good. That right there, I think that's good. What they're doing with the selects to play these games in different venues that are having them all bunched up in the Superdome. Now the Division 3 game will be played at Cajun Field. That was last year, but you'll have Division 1, Division 2. The Division 1, Division 3, excuse me. Division 1, Division 3 will be playing in Yeoman Stadium. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, Louisiana Tech opens up its 2021-22 baseball season with official practice on Friday. So it looks like the Texters are back on the diamond for baseball practice. So that's fall practice coming up. They won the conference championship last year, so they finished out and also went to the regionals last year. They finished up 42-20. Hopefully, so that starts off the new college baseball season. with Louisiana Tech. Okay, Horse Memphis Stadium and Joe Yanni Stadium is cleared for high school football games this weekend. So it looks like those venues will be absolutely active this weekend. Following issues with Hurricane Ida, they cleared the stadium. So the stadium will be ready for those week 4 matchups. So you'll have them this weekend out in Jefferson Parish. The two venues. So let's give you those. Thursday starts Thursday with Bonneville taking on Higgins. That'll be also Fisher will play at Joe Yanni Stadium. On Friday, West Jefferson will take on John Eric at Horse Memphis. And then state champion Calvary Baptist will take on Rumble at Joe Yanni Stadium. That'll be 7 p.m., so that's good. We're glad to see those two stadiums being set up for games. Okay, this week's schedule for high school football on Thursday night. Jeanneret will take on Assumption the Pistol. Bob will take on Southside. Beckman Charter will take on Highland Baptist. Ben Franklin will take on Covenant Christian. Bonneville and Higgins tonight at 6:30 at Joe at Horse Memphis Stadium. Also, Broadmoor will take on Liberty. Broadley will take on Mentorship Academy. Catholic New Iberia will take on Delcom. Collegiate Academy will take on Glen Oaks. Delta Charter will take on Oak Grove. East Iberville will take on Central Private. That'll be and also Fisher will take on Haynes Academy. That'll be at Joe Yanni. Carroll will take on Franklin Parish. Hammond will take on Fountain Blue. Helen Cox will take on John F. Kennedy at Pan Am tonight. That'll be up in the Pan Am Stadium. Jennings will take on Iota. Kentwood will take on Laranja. Landry will take on Landry Walker will take on Booker T. Washington. Also, Luxor Charter will take on Capital. Madison Prep will take on West Feliciana. Maryville will take on Grand Lake. Also, Parkview will take on Albany. Port Barrier will take on Mamou. Riverside Academy will take on Southern Lab. St. John and Bel Air. St. Louis Catholic will take on Washington Marion. St. Martinville will take on Westgate. Thrive Academy will take on Donaldsonville. Also, this is the Thursday night schedule. Welch will take on Pickering. U High will take on Baker. U High. Also, Westlake will take on the Ritter. Now, this weekend in Class 5A high school football, Averson will take on Dutchtown. Bastrop will take on Walker. Brother Martin will take on Jesuit. That'll be at Tad Gormley. That's going to be on Friday, which is tomorrow. Bird will take on Houghton. Calvary Baptist will take on Rumble with Joe Yanni. Karen Crow will take on Ruston. Central LaFouse will take on Luxor. Covington will take on Ponchatoula. East Jefferson will take on Riverdale at Jefferson Playground. Also, Franklinton will take on Denham Springs. In town, Chalmette will take on Grace King. Green Oaks will take on Zachary. Holy Cross will take on Shaw. John Eric at Horse Memphis. Lafayette will take on Como. Let's see. Lakeside will take on West Ouachita. Leesville will take on Pineville. Airline will take on Natchitoches Central. New Iberia will take on Sam Houston. North Shore will take on Mandeville. Northwood will take on Central. Ouachita Parish will take on Union Parish. Also, Parkway will take on Benton. Peabody will take on Alexandria. Scotlandville will take on Carr. That'll be out at Berman Stadium. St. Paul will take on Slidell. South Terrebonne will take on Live Oak. Acadiana will take on Sulphur. Thibodaux will take on East St. John. Warren Easton will take on Capital. That'll be Catholic, excuse me. That's in Memorial Stadium. West Monroe will take on Woodlawn. That'll be in Baton Rouge. No, at West Monroe. Also, you have Woodlawn will take on McKinney. Now, in Class 4A, you got Abbeville taking on North Shore. Bull Chase taking on Grant. Bell Chase taking on Salmon. Ben Franklin will take on Coveted Christian. Bogalusa will take on Lakeshore. Let's see. Booker T. Washington Shreveport will take on Washman. Buckeye will take on Bolton. Cecilia will take on Crowley. Astruma will take on Plaquemines. Kenner Discovery will take on Morgan City. Livonia will take on White Castle. Loyola Prep will take on Huntington. John McDonough 35 will take on Carver. That'll be at Pan Am Stadium. Also, McMain will take on Ellender. Mendon will take on Mansfield. North Vermilion will take on ERAF. Northwest will take on Eunice. Notre Dame will take on Turles Catholic. Opelousas will take on Santa Mart. Pearl River will take on Hannon. Also, let's see. Rain will take on Kaplan. St. Edmunds will take on Evangel Christian. St. James will take on Assumption. St. Thomas More will take on Mandeville. Also, Sterlington will take on North DeSoto. Terrell will take on St. Michael's. Tioga will take on Manning. Vanderbilt Catholic will take on Brobridge. Now, in Class 3A, we'll go to the Class 3A schedule. Berwick will take on Cullen. Block will take on Prime Prairie. Caldwell Parish will take on Richland. That'll be in Richland, Louisiana. That's in north of, I think, south of Monroe. Let's see. Also, you got Central Catholic taking on Bill Platt. Lake Charles College Prep taking on De La Salle. West St. John taking on Douglas. That'll be at Pan Am. South Beauregard will take on Dunham. East Feliciana will take on Jules Sumner. Gina will take on North Webster. West Feliciana will take on Madison Prep. MLK Charter will take on South Plaquemines. North Cattle will take on Bossier. Parkway Baptist will take on Albany. Amite will take on Patterson. That'll be at home. Centerville will take on Thomas Jefferson. Now in Class 2A, you got Buckeye taking on a Bowles up in the Bowles from a Bowles Parish. The Auburn Woods will take on North Woodlena. Dale High Charter will take on Mangum. Episcopal will take on Pope John Paul. Faraday will take on Rayville. Menard will take on Lakeview. Kinder will take on Catholic Point Capee. Lafayette Christian will take on St. Helena. Also, Lake Arthur taking on DeQuincy. Logansport will take on Jonesboro. Laurelville will take on Franklin. Madison will take on General Trash. Newman will take on Country Day. At Country Day, Opelousas Catholic will take on Benton. Pine will take on North Lake Christian. Port Allen will take on Wilkinson County, Mississippi. So that's Port Allen, Wilkinson County, Mississippi. Westfield will take on Red River. Sacred Heart will take on Rose Pine. Springfield will take on Slaughter Community School. Also, Catholic St. Charles Catholic will take on Jefferson County, Mississippi. St. Mary's will take on Oakdale. St. Thomas Aquinas will take on Independence. That'll be at Independence. In Independence. Bonner will take on Northeast. Vidalia takes on LaSalle. West St. Mary's will take on North Central. Now in Class 1A, you got Assumption Catholic taking on Vermilion Catholic. East Beauregard taking on Elton. Gender taking on Oberlin. Hamilton taking on Basile. Harrison Memorial taking on St. Martin's. Glenbrook taking on Homer. Loyola Prep taking on Arcadia. Ouachita Christian taking on Cedar Creek. Plain Dealing taking on Haynesville. That's going to be up in Haynesville, Louisiana. Rain Girl taking on Magnolia. River Oaks will take on Montgomery. Also, you got St. Frederick's Delhi. Tensas taking on Cecilia Island. Westminster Christian taking on Assumption Christian. Now, Saturday games, HL Bourgeois will take on Terrebonne. South Lafourche will take on E.D. White. Beckwith will take on Cohen. That'll be at Pan Am. Destrehan and Hineville will be at 3 p.m. Also, Santa Mont will take on Opelousas. John Curtis will take on St. Aug. And Jefferson Rise will take on Rosewall at Berman Stadium. That'll be on the West Bank. So that is your high school football schedule for this weekend. Go out and enjoy those games. Those young men, I think they deserve your support. So once again, this is from Crest City Sports. Go to CrestCitySports.com. That's CrestCitySports.com. Okay, we'll see what else we have. Looks like I'm going to be... Okay, former Pelicans guard J.J. Reddick announces his retirement from the NBA. So it looks like Reddick will not be playing this year for the Pelicans. So that's unfortunate, but I wish him all the best of luck in his endeavors. Okay, Country Day overcomes a slow start at Destrehan to win the Pet. Patrick Taylor wins, so that's Country Day defeated Destrehan 25-22. That was 25-22. Destrehan 25-17, 25-19, and 25-18. So Country Day wins their matches. Now area volleyball action. I laid it over Ellender 25-8, 25-7, 25-8 Also, Archbishop Chappelle wins 25-15, 25-15, 25-15. And also Christ Episcopal winning over Franklinton 25-15, 25-8, and 25-19. Northeast over Meat 25-23, 25-22, and 25-19. And also Pat Taylor wins over Dresden City 25-18, 25-20, 25-22. So that is your volleyball updates for high school volleyball. So let's see. That is once again, that is it for so we're gonna move along. We'll go over to news break and we'll switch over to the sports section, see what's happening in their sports section. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the screen, and we'll give you more news and updates. So if you want to come in video chat with us, or if you want a regular chat, you can do that. Okay, Mike Greenberg, brutally honest admission on Dak Prescott. So that's what he said. This is from the spawn.com. Mike Greenberg talking about Dak Prescott. So we'll go ahead and show you that article, what they said about him. So let me get this switched out again. Okay, this is from the Spawn. Mike Greenberg, brutally honest admission on Dak Prescott. So that's what he said on his on their show this morning. Coming into the NFL season, Mike Greenberg thought Dak Prescott was good in the first 2 weeks. He's already changing his stance on the quarterback. So this was on Get Up this morning. He said he was wrong to call Dak Prescott a good quarterback. That's what he said. So, look, I'll be honest with you. Look, Dak Prescott's going to have a lot of trials and tribulations. Look, Mike Greenberg don't need to be adding fuel to the fire and saying that he's not a good quarterback. He might not. Sure, he might not be a good quarterback, but the truth of the matter is he can get plays done. I mean, look, that's one thing in common that people's got to understand. He can get plays done. I'm not defending Dak Prescott, but the truth is you got to look at what he does on the field. I mean, sure, he's going to have those trials and tribulations, but the truth of the matter is these guys calling him a good quarterback is a little understatement right there. So let's let you hear what he had to say about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen.
But 2 games later, all of a sudden, you're all in. Like, we appreciate you, Greeny, but we just don't understand why now.
I told you in the tease that I would give you the one primary reason why. And the defense looks better. Tony Pollard has actually given them a running game, which Zeke Elliott was not able to do last year, and I do not believe is capable of doing by himself anymore, but they've now turned that into a 1-2 punch. They've managed to mask all the issues they've had with players being available and not available on the offensive line. Micah Parsons looks like he's a superstar waiting to happen, and Dan Quinn has made the defense better. But here's the single biggest reason I'm buying in on the Cowboys. Because for the longest time, I will admit it, I have thought Dak Prescott was a good NFL quarterback. Mm-hmm. And what he has shown me through 2 weeks, and particularly with what he did on that opening night, with everything in the world lined up against him, is that I'm wrong, and many of the others who have questioned his greatness are wrong. Dak Prescott is an elite NFL quarterback. When you make, in my opinion now, when you make a list of the best...
Yes, he is an elite quarterback. You can say that. Look, you might say he might be good, but he's an elite quarterback. He can be up there with those Drew Breeses, the Aaron Rodgers of the world, and Tom Brady's after a while. So what Mike Greenberg is saying is absolutely the epitome of what's going on in Dallas. So once again, this is from the Spawn. You can go to the Spawn That's the spawn.com. So we'll switch this out, and I'll put this back in, reshare this, and we'll go back to some more news articles. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, trade rumors cause tensions between Matt LaFleur and Kyle Sherman. So that's Shermer. So that's what's going on with tensions with Matt LaFleur and Kyle Sherman. So let's go ahead and give you that information. So I'm gonna put that up on the screen for you, and I'll let you comment on it. Okay, this is on Bleacher Report. Reports of our Aaron Rodgers trade rumors cause tensions between Matt LaFleur and Kyle Sherman. So I'll be honest with you. Look, he is not going nowhere. Aaron Rodgers is not definitely going nowhere. There's a lot of rumors out there that they put out daily about him having tensions. I mean, that hopefully these tensions can kind of ease their way down. Because, look, he's going to be playing for the Packers. I mean, look, that's just my opinion on it. So, once again, this is from Bleacher Report. Go to bleacherreport.com. So, let me shut this down. Mute this mic. Okay, we'll be back in a Okay, once again, we're going to go over some more news headlines. Let me get this switched in. Yeah. Yeah. No, give me a hamburger. Hold on. Okay, once again, I had to mute the mic, so apologize. So let's go over some news headlines. Let's go to CBS Sports. I'll look at this. We'll read this article. And I want your opinions on it if you want to come in. Okay, Ricardo Peps opens up his Metro Rise with FC Dallas in his debut versus Honduras. What's to come? So this is what they're talking about in this article about this young man, Ricardo Pepper. If I'm saying his name right, I won't butcher this guy's young man's name. So that's what they're talking about. Him. So this is from CBS Sports. Go to cbssports.com. So we will move on. Okay, once again, Joe Montana giving advice to the new quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, Trey Lane. He's like I said, look, I think Trey Lane will most likely be if Jimmy Garoppolo kind of has a bad game or something like that. I think he's going to get into the game. He's probably going to have to be developed into a good quarterback because Trey Lance, look, he's coming out of college, and that's one thing they're going to want him to be fully developed because in a situation arose if Jimmy Garoppolo does get injured or something like that, they can put him in at those situational mounds. So once again, this is from NBC Sports. Go to NBCSports.com. That's NBCSports.com. So we'll go to some more articles. Okay, modern game may jet the U.S. for the Breeders' Cup after new market rump. That's what they're discussing right here in this article. So this is one of the horses that most likely will be jetting the U.S. for the Breeders' Cup. So this is from The Guardian. You can follow them at theguardian.com. That's theguardian.com. Okay, lawsuit alleges that St. John coach Mike Anderson fired assistant Steve DeMetto over health issues. So that looks like he is going to be sued for that situation because, look, he had Steve had a heart surgery and a federal lawsuit besides his claims. So that's unfortunate right there. But it is what it is. So so this is from, once again, CBS Sports. So let's go ahead and move along and give you. Okay, this is from BBC. Lancashire victory over Hamilton. So that's in soccer. So that's the divisions right there for in England soccer. Okay, this is from Field Level Media. Brooks Kopacker and also Bryson Chamberlain. This is a feud between these guys going on. So that's what's going on with them in golf. So hopefully they can resolve their issues. So once again, this is from Field Level Media. Go to fieldlevelmedia.com. That's fieldlevelmedia.com. Okay, MLB Trade Rumors. Nationals call up John Romero. Looks like he's going over to the Washington Nationals. So he's a right-handed pitcher being called up to go to the major leagues. He had his AA numbers was pretty consistent. He was with Harrisburg. He had 7.5 innings of work. Romero had a 2.62 ERA. He had a 30% strikeout rate. So he had strikeout to walk rate. So it's a pretty good breakout performance for this young man. So once again, this is from MLB Trade Rumors. Go to MLB Trade Rumors. It's MLB Trade Rumors. So let's see what else we have. Okay, Isaiah Thomas claimed he got punished more than Michael Jordan. This generation thinks that the only one getting hit back then was Jordan's. That's what they was talking about. So Isaiah Thomas chiming in on what's on issues that he got punished and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, look, Michael Jordan was the greater player of all time. I mean, all time, not the century, but all time. I mean, sure, Isaiah Thomas was the one of the members of the Bad Boys when the Pistons won the championship back in the late 80s into the 90s. So once again, this is from Newsbreak. Go to newsbreak.com. That's newsbreak.com or okay. Martin Morales forced focus on getting back to his winning ways. That's in UFC 266. So you can follow UFC 266 and also you can follow Fansided as well. Okay, got to come out and fight again. Odell Beckham detailed his spiritual healing and recovery. So hopefully he does get back on the field as soon as possible. So once again, this is from the Beacon Journal. Follow them at the Beacon Journal. See what else we have. Okay, Mavericks part ways with director of quarantine research and development. Yeah, get me some fries too. Let me mute this mic. All right, well, go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, once again, let's see. Haber is Vulgaris, if I'm saying his name right. So he did part ways with. So this is according to the Dallas Morning News out in Dallas. So let's wrap this up. Okay, we'll wrap this up. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We will be back on tomorrow. That'll be, we'll have a show here in the afternoon, and we'll have the Friday night high school football show in the evening. So we will be on both times tomorrow. So if you want to, like I said, if you want to like, share, and follow us, you can like, share, and follow us on Facebook. It's Kerry. That's on your screen right there. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, and you can also follow me on YouTube. We will have games on there throughout the year, so we will be on all three networks: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. But it will be subject to change if we once again, if we have problems with one of the networks, we will switch over to Twitch. Also, you can follow me on Instagram as well. So that's pretty good. And if you need to email me anytime, email me at this address on your screen. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Thursday afternoon, and we'll see you again tomorrow for Sports Talk, and also Friday night high school football show here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.